Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hey You Guys review show. Hope you are very well. Scott J. Davis here, joined as ever by the lovely Linda Marric.
Hiya, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Very well, thank you.
Good. We're back again. This is consistency.
Yeah.
I like this. This is kind of good. Yes, we're back with another review. If you don't already, make sure you like and subscribe to this video. Subscribe to the Hey You Guys YouTube channel, heyuguys.com, for all of your film and TV goodness. Lots of stuff coming up in the next few weeks, and there's lots of films, and we're back with another review, and we're going to be talking about Disney and Pixar's Lightyear to Infinity and Beyond, the movie that the toy is based on, and the toy is in Toy Story in 1995, if I'm right.
That's right. Yeah. It's basically, I think the film starts by saying in Toy Story, he's playing with his toy, and this is the toy the film came from.
If you are under any illusions as to what the film's about, this isn't Buzz Lightyear origin story. It's the story of the real Buzz Lightyear before he became a toy and was voiced by Tim Allen.
Which I think is actually really clever. I think they found a really good way of doing this, and I'm actually quite impressed.
Maybe we'll get maybe we'll get like a Pixar version of a Clint Eastwood film that will be about Woody. Who knows Anyway, Lightyear is in cinemas on June the 17th.
All right, I think next Friday.
Or this Friday as you're watching this.
This Friday coming.
This Friday as we're recording this, and it's in cinemas this Friday in the US and the UK on both places. A plethora of voice talents led by Captain America himself, Chris Evans, as the infamous Buzz Lightyear on his first, or one of his missions, not his first mission,
taking over from Tim Allen,
who does the voice. He's the computer chip version of the voice in the toy. It transpires. It transpires. Anyway, it's out this week, and we thought we'd give you some thoughts as we've both seen it. Obviously, the Toy Story franchise has gone for four films strong. It's now having its first kind of spin-off. There's been spin-offs, straight to video, shorts, all that kind of stuff, but this is kind of a big thing. Linda, what did you feel about? You said there that you thought it was a very, very good idea, and you thought it was quite a clever way of doing things. So does the film deliver on that premise?
I think I'm actually quite happy that it's not within the realm of Toy Story itself, because I felt like it had done what it needed to do, and it was time to sort of pack up and go. And I was quite happy that we didn't go back to sort of them being toys. And I thought it was a fantastic idea, and I really genuinely think they've done a really good job of sort of giving it its own life, its own sort of entity, and possibly creating a brand new franchise through this. So I liked it. I think it's really well done.
Well, that's the important thing, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
another franchise. Yeah, I always thought Toy Story 4. I was like, we don't need Toy Story 4. Toy Story ending of Toy Story 3 is just
perfect.
It's perfect. It is perfect. That's the word. But then Toy Story 4 is really good. So I don't know.
I agree. I mean, I think I think I was the only person who thought Toy Story 4 wasn't 5-star perfect.
No,
in my opinion, I thought it was unnecessary, and it only existed because it was making money. It was going to make tons of money for Disney and Pixar, but I could have done without it, quite frankly.
Strangely, ultimately, I think that's my opinion of this film, not in a negative way, but
really? Okay.
I just feel like I enjoyed it. It's good fun. It's great fun in places. Some of it doesn't quite work, but some of it does work, and it's perfect. As Pixar don't make bad films. They make some average films, but they don't make bad films. And this is it's not a top tier Pixar, but middle tier Pixar is pretty damn good. And I thought it was very good. But I thought afterwards it was enjoyable in the moment, but also I thought, not that I forgot about it, but I just thought it hasn't changed. Like, I didn't really need it, not in a nasty way or a negative way.
No,
there was no real need for it, but I had a good time watching it. So
I agree an enjoyment bit, but I really genuinely love this. But as someone who loves space movies, I am like a stickler for sort of, for a space movie. I thought it was a really good homage to, and it did it pretty well, homage to all the space movies, battles. Also, it really knew its stuff, it did an Interstellar, it did Battlestar Galactica, it did all sorts in there, and I just thought it was really cleverly done and very funny. And there's a little at the beginning of the film, there's a really small montage. I'm not going to sort of give away too much because we're going to say what it's about anyway, but there's a little montage about 15 minutes into the movie, which I found really touching, almost as touching as Up, the montage in Up. And I thought,
yes, I know.
So well done. It was so well done. And only Pixar can do that, honestly. This is the difference between, you were talking about Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Dominion the other day, about having the sixth sense of what moves people is really important in film. And I think Pixar have really cracked that. That's the difference between writers who understand their audience and those who are doing things by the number, as we said before. I just thought it was so cleverly done and so beautiful, and it worked on so many levels for me. As I said, like as a hardcore space movie fan, it ticked all the boxes for me. I really liked it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it wore thin a little bit towards the end, particularly. There's one character in it, which I won't go into too much detail about. There's one character in particular that I was kind of done with quite quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably know which one I'm talking about, obviously. But yeah, I was done with that quite quickly. That wore quite thin. But I will say, I thought Chris Evans was the kind of perfect choice to play the real Buzz, as we're talking about, the real Buzz. But the show is stolen by a new Pixar favorite, which this Pixar favorite will go down so well with audiences all around, which is Sohn. Yeah, which is a robot cat that is given.
I loved him.
It's a kind of emotional friend to help him through. Basically, he goes on his mission, and lots change in the interim when he's on his mission, and the psychology and everything, as people do, they go through therapy. One of the things in this particular story is that he gets a therapy cat. It's a robot that can do certain things, but it does a lot more things than people realize.
I just think it was so cleverly done. It's funny.
Socks. Oh man, show stealer is Socks. He's
and the gags are never really they don't try too hard. They're just in that old-fashioned Pixar way. They just fit into place. And I think you really cannot buy that, honestly. I think you can tell when you're really when you're sort of faking it, and Pixar does not fake it. And I think that's what I loved about it. And I think what they're good about Pixar is that they run their jokes by so many people to the point where they understand exactly what the audience wants from them. And it's all very natural, very organic, and really endearing. And that's the difference between Pixar and other animations that do a bit too much, I reckon. But
yeah, it is almost impossible for them to not, even in their, say, more average or least favorable films, should we say, because none of them are bad. The mix of gravitas with humor, with pathos, and all that kind of stuff. No one does it better than them.
Absolutely, yeah.
In this, when it's good in that sense, it's obviously very, very good and very touching and very funny. Doesn't ultimately coalesce for me, but I will say that, as I say, it is very, very good fun, and I had a great time watching it. And I think general audiences, particularly adults and kids, will enjoy all of the, as you say, all the sci-fi aspects, all of the, I think it's gonna do all the aliens and everything else is in there. Really, really good joke and nod to James Cameron's Aliens as well in there.
Yeah.
One of the very cool little nods.
Yeah, there are several nods to all your favorite space movies. So yeah, to see if you can find all of them, because there are some. I just thought it was fantastic. Honestly, I watched it very first thing in the morning, and I laughed and cried, and I loved everything about it.
Yeah. But yes, indeed, it is. I will, as I say, it is very, very good fun. It is very charming, and I'm sure people will get a kick out of it. Before we give our final thoughts, Linda, do you need a pen?
Do I need a pen? Why? Oh yes, no. Hang on.
When you see the film,
remember the gag.
Remember the pen.
Oh, I love that. I just see that's typically Pixar. It's just so good, so well done.
Also, by the time you watch this, I may have done that gag to the person that does the gag.
Oh, good.
Because there's a premiere that night that this will go out when the embargo lifts, and I would have done said premiere, and I would have tried said joke.
And did they get it?
I don't know yet. It's on Monday.
Okay.
It's on
Monday. It's on Monday. Yeah.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. See what happens. If you don't hear from me again, it's because that person has barred me from doing any more film stuff because of my pen joke. Anyway, Buzz Lightyear in cinemas on June the 17th, which is this Friday. Linda, what's yours for Buzz Lightyear?
5 out of 5.
5. Big old 5.
Yeah, 5. I'm doing 5. I really loved it. There isn't a single thing I didn't love about it. As I said, I'm a little bit biased because I love anything Pixar, but this touched me more than the last Toy Story, I have to say.
Okay, a very strong 3 from me. A very strong
3. Oh wow. Okay.
A very strong 3. Yeah. I think 3's about right.
Okay, fair enough.
It didn't quite work for me, but it wasn't to the point where I was like, this is Jurassic World Dominion kind of bad, all that kind of stuff. But it's certainly charming, it's certainly fun, and people, as I say, people get a good kick out of this. And I
gave it 5 because there is very little I didn't like about it, and in fact, thinking about it now, I can't think of anything I didn't like about it. So
there you go. So
perfect.
Hey You Guys video review is 4, a 3 and a 5. The median is a 4. So there you go. You can go and see it in cinemas on January the 17th. Still at the top of the show. Make sure you like and subscribe, and bookmark the Hey You Guys website, and do all the things on YouTube that you need to do.
Help us out.
Get a scene, everything else. Lots of cool stuff coming up. This week, lots of interviews going on the site as well. I've just got off the phone with Ethan Hawke. Well, off the Zoom.
Yeah,
Ethan Hawke. So that's one of the things you can look forward to.
I'm gutted. I was supposed to be interviewing him. I couldn't make it because I had other things on. Unfortunately.
He's a good lad. Although he's not a good lad in the film that I interviewed him for.
Yeah, I have not seen it yet.
Naughty person. Anyway, you can look forward to that. Soon. We'll be back very soon with some more reviews. Until next time, take care and goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey